Hey guys, long time no see. It's been quite a bit since I've recorded. Let's see if I remember how to do all of this stuff. As someone who enjoys engagement on my videos, I hope you missed me. Anyway, I'm Professor Walnut, this is my lab, and before we start this video, there are a few things I want to say. First of all, while I've been away, we just sort of quietly ticked over my 75-person goal for subscribers, which is entirely astonishing to me. I mean, during the time that I was just putting out the least videos I put out in a long time, I was still gaining people who saw the stuff I had already put out and enjoyed it enough to say they wanted to come back. So thank you all so much, and I'm happy to have you here. We're getting closer to August than we were before, but we're still decently far off. So I mean, it's amazing to me that I've managed to hit that goal as early as I have. Now that we're there, I suppose it makes sense to extend the goal once more since we're not quite at my birthday yet, and I feel like I want to keep it doable. I don't want to like bump it up to 100. That seems like it's getting a little too greedy, but hey, let's see if we can get to 85 now. That would be awesome. As for why we haven't been making videos over the past couple of weeks, I was preparing for and went to the New Jersey Regional up in Secaucus with my usual semi-limited schedule and how much time it takes to fully prepare for an event like this. I just ended up having to drop a week, but hey, you know, as far as I'm concerned, dropping a week for going to a regional is pretty normal or pretty acceptable at the very least for a Pokemon creator. So I'm not too upset about it, and I hope you're not either, and we're going to be trying to get back to my usual schedule, you know, as much as I have a schedule, at least one video per week, hopefully more. That said, I just want to say I had a blast up in Secaucus. I went 4-4, so that and the fact that I didn't record enough information like about my opponent's teams and all that stuff are a reason I'm probably not going to make a team report. Plus, I was just using the Shedinja team I'd been using recently, with the exception of Shedinja having Will-O-Wisp over Ally Switch, so that I didn't have to play the mind games, but my opponent did, and it gave me the option to burn things. But yeah, it was a really fun time. I'm really happy that I went, and I'm hoping that next year I get to go to more of them, and I'll be more diligent in maybe like taking a picture of my opponent's teams so that I can come back here and make, like, you know, the showdown images that people tend to make, or sorry, showdown lists that people tend to make when talking about their team report, so that I can go through who I faced. I will say the most interesting thing that I did the whole weekend was face off against Alex Underhill, who ended up going second at the regional. He handed me my biggest stomping of the weekend, just giving me a clean 2-0. I didn't really have much of a game plan into what he brought, and then I ran into one of his friends who he team built with, who was running the exact same team, and I still didn't have a good game plan. I won that one. I lost that one 1-2 instead of just going straight 2-0, but you know, or 0-2. But you know, it was awesome to be able to even play against people of that caliber and, you know, pretend like I can stand up to them. From here, I'm hoping to improve, and I probably won't go to another regional until next year when we've got Scarlet and Violet, and who knows what the format's going to be like. But between now and then, I'll just work on making my gameplay as solid as I can so that hopefully I can translate that into good results for Scarlet and Violet. Now, I know the intro is dragging on a bit here, but I figured y'all might be interested in an update since it's been a while. And yeah, for today's video, I'm just going to be using a team that looks fun to play. It's a team built by Nathan Ortiz. He's also known as Cortex online, and it got 14th place at the Indianapolis Regionals using KYUREM-SHADOW and KYUREM-WHITE. Likewise, it's got Talonflame and a Choice Scarf Ditto and a Rapid Strike Urshifu, so this team is pretty non-meta. It looks like a lot of fun to use, so we're going to see if we can pick up a win with it. Oh, and I'm out of the lab coat because there was a bit of a mishap in New Jersey during lunch, and I need to get it washed, so, you know, I just haven't had a chance to do that yet, but it'll be back soon. Alright, all that said, it's battle time. Okay, here we are with our opponent for today. Looks like we actually have gotten weirdly lucky and run into a team that doesn't have Well, it doesn't have Zacian for one, but it also only has one restricted, so this is like a Series 11 team. Okay. Well, that's what I get for still being rank 10. I have not played much on the ladder this season, so... Well, this is obviously pretty hard Trick Room. Question is what I want to do about that. Honestly, Calyrex as a lead kind of wrecks most things here, especially their attempts for setting up Trick Room. And, well, what do I want to do from there? I'm glancing over at the team list here. Honestly, Kyurem doesn't feel like a bad lead here either. Like, most of their... I feel like we're going to invalidate them with both of our legendaries, for the most part. Yeah. It's a little unfortunate for our first video to get what feels like an easy win, but who knows? Maybe our opponent is going to surprise us with whatever they've got here. But we're going to go... I'll put Urshifu in the back here, and I'll put Indeedee in the back as well in case they set up the Trick Room. Also, it's going to be a loud recording day today, so, you know, enjoy the sounds of craziness going on in the background. If they want to set up Trick Room, I could see them trying to lead Indeedee with Calyrex here. Okay, or Indeedee with... Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And honestly, I guess it's possible they're Focus Sash, so they might end up setting up Trick Room. But honestly, I don't think I mind too much if they do. Yeah, we're not going to max here. We're not really in danger of taking damage. And we're going to force them to follow me if they want to set up Trick Room. And by that I mean we're going to be targeting... We're going to double target the Hatterene slot here. Most likely they follow me Trick Room here, and if they... Yep, there it is. And if they get... If they're Focus Sash, they'll be able to get it off. And I guess it's possible that Hatterene is bulky enough to survive this, but I'm not totally sure. Yeah, no, they weren't bulky enough, but they are indeed Focus Sash. So here's the Earth Power, and here comes Trick Room. Somewhat key here is that... Ooh, their eject button. Yeah, that is a little bit scary, I'm not gonna lie. That said, we can sort of just max here this coming turn and go for max Wormwind to drop their attack power. They're taking quite some time here, though. I do like this setup, honestly, but in the end, I don't know that it's going to do a whole lot for them. Like, yeah, they can do decent damage to Kyurem here, but we're just going to be dropping their stats. And I either switch or click Protect here every time. I do have Indeedee in the back. I could switch that in, but it doesn't do a whole lot for me. Oh, you know what? I completely forgot that this is an Imprison set. I should have just done that. That would have been much smarter. Whoops. Oh well. It's not running Protect, so, you know. We're just going to Wormwind here. That's what I get for not like practicing with the team before we start, but it's fine. I'm not too concerned about it, to be honest. Because realistically, what is Calyrex going to be able to do to us here? Like, they'll do a chunk of damage and then just get slowly... Oh, you know what, though? I guess I do have to watch out for how much damage that Hatterene's going to be doing. We'll see what happens. We are Spidef, the Psychic Seed on Indeedee. They're going to max here, which makes perfect sense to me. We're no Protect Kyurem. So if they end up doing too much damage with the Hatterene, then actually we could probably lose this. But we'll find out what happens here. Here's our max. The Beast Ball Kyurem is really interesting. And big Kyurem time. Yeah, obviously my turn 1 play would have been imprison rather than just trying to attack there. That was obviously a misplay here. So Dazzling Gleam honestly doesn't do too much damage. I'm a little less worried here. And then here's Max Quake. Okay, Max Quake into Kyurem. Yep. I guess they could have had Max Steel Spike too. So yeah, I'm not playing the best here, but you know. Like I said, this team just kind of looked like fun to use. Alright, there goes their attack power. I'm down to attack with Indeedee here. Yeah, we might lose Kyurem though. That's the only problem. But all expanding force. And I guess go for another Wyrmwind. It's kind of telegraphed that I might protect here, so they might even just decide to target elsewhere. But I think they're most likely to just target Kyurem here. And if they do, I think the double up probably KOs me. But I'm not way too upset about it. Whew, man. Today is a very loud time to be recording. What can you do? What can you do? Yeah, they're just going Dazzling Gleam. Oh, wow, that KOs Kyurem? Yikes. Okay. I didn't quite expect to go down there. Do we lose this then? We probably lose this. Hailstorm. Okay. Can Indeedee survive? No. Okay. Yeah, we probably lose this then. Alright, bit of a derp video. We had like the easiest play ever to invalidate them, and we did not go for it, so that was my bad. Oh, they do KO their own Hatterene though, which is interesting. Because we have Trick Room on Calyrex. They're neutral now. Oh, they have Torkoal though. They can just like they've got a lot of spread moves is the problem. And they're gonna set up the sun now, but that also means they don't. I don't know. I'm gonna try. Like my only way out here is to do Trick Room, right? Because then we can. What? I Surging Strikes here every time. None of my other move choices are really all that useful here. And then I Trick Room. Yeah. Yeah, okay. That's my only way to stay in this. I can hope that they decide to target around the Calyrex, my Calyrex. But yeah, here's Eruption. It's going to hurt so much. Yep. Calyrex hangs on with 13. I did not quite expect that. They do target down Urshifu, though, and this is the end of their Trick Room. Huh. I think the problem's going to be that... Sorry, it's the end of their max is what I mean to say. I think the problem's going to be like they got a special defense boost on Calyrex, so it probably survives my... What you going to call it? Also, how do we hit Indeedee? We can't hit Indeedee. We just lose because we can't hit Indeedee. Yep, well, that was a game. Welcome back to my channel where I make really derpy plays. I could have easily won this. Could we get crits? If we get crits, well, even if we get crits, we can't. Yeah, and they both survive. Calyrex would have fainted there if they hadn't gotten the boost, but, you know, that doesn't really matter in this case. Like I said, we can't damage Indeedee whatsoever, so that's the game. Okay. Alright, well, Lord. Usually I bring Finnegan in here so he doesn't go off, but, you know, I forgot to do that this time because it's been a while. Anyway, it's pretty clear that we just Trick Room here, and we imprison the Trick Room here, and we just win the game from there. There was no reason to do anything else at the beginning, but I hadn't practiced with this team, so I wasn't ready for the fact that we had that. I psyched myself out, and that happens sometimes. But yeah, I'm going to try playing another episode or two with this team, because I think it's fun, and I think that if I manage to get it, you know, properly down, like being able to play it, then we can pick up some wins with it. Alright, that's going to be the end of the video. If you've enjoyed yourself, hit like, it really helps support me. Likewise, if you're new here and you like what you saw, hit subscribe, we'd love to have you back. We make content every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, or at least that is the schedule I attempt to hold to. For all of you, leave a comment down below, it also really helps support me. I love to hear what you think about the plays I've made and the choices I've made. Could I do anything better? Have I taught you anything? I really want to know about it. Follow me on my various socials as well, you can find them all on the screen here. Finally, and I know this is generally for streaming, but I have activated my tip jar. If you go to my profile, you can find a link to my PayPal if you have derived any enjoyment or entertainment out of my videos and are feeling generous. It's always extremely appreciated. All right, everybody, thanks again for being here. I'll see you next time. Bye.